My fans, I have arrived.
Me too.
Transmitting live from the Asylum Studios, deep in the bowels of Southwest Texas. It's the Joe Rooz Show. The show where we talk about anything and everything. Where nothing is sacred, nothing is watered down, and nothing is PC.
Alrighty, hey folks, this is Joe Rooz, and it is great to be with you once again, transmitting live at the Asylum Studios from the Pimple on the backside of Texas, the beautiful city of Eagle Pass. And of course, as always, doing the very best we can to bring you the best quality talk radio we can muster without all the bluster. Welcome to the Joe Rooz Show. And it is Wednesday, the 21st of January, 2026, 1904 hours. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful Wednesday evening here in Eagle Pass, Texas. We are getting ready for some cold weather coming up the end of this week. So that should be a lot of fun. One thing I've learned about people in Texas, and this isn't a slam or anything like that, but when it snows or it gets cold, they just don't know what to do. They panic. It's crazy. You know, coming from New York City, like myself here. I know the accent doesn't really give it away too much, but coming from New York, it's you're used to this stuff. I kind of miss the cold. I never thought I'd say that. You know, my last winter in New York was 10 years ago, almost 10 years ago, and it was we had 3 blizzards back to back to back, and then of course the cold. I think it was like -2 or something like that. And, it was cold enough that when you would go outside, your eye moisture would instantly like freeze. You know what I mean? It was one of those. It was one of those crazy like types of cold. Like your nose would freeze. Everything would just freeze like instantly. But here, it's been cold the last couple of days, couple of weeks. Really, it's on and off. We got down to the low 30s, high 20s a couple nights ago. It was nice. I was out sitting outside by the fire with a t-shirt and a cigar. Just relaxing. People thought I was crazy. Well, yeah, this is home. Reminds me of back home. It's nothing. No big deal. Ain't nothing. But in a few minutes, we're going to talk to our executive producer Wayne, who's going to be joining us tonight. And he's no stranger to the cold. He's worked with Samaritan's Purse up there in Alaska for a little bit. He's up in the Pacific Northwest. So, of course, it gets kind of nippy up there, too. They have their fair share of weather. So, we'll talk to him a little bit. Now, we did have a guest schedule for tonight, Donovan Pyle. So some of you may have seen the original show notes. Some of you may have seen the social media posts. First hour, we were going to have Donovan on. But something came up on his schedule. He wasn't able to make it, so he let me know early enough, and we were able to get in touch with Wayne and bump him up to the 7 o'clock hour here in Texas and have him join us for the show tonight. So we're looking forward to talking to him. We haven't spoke to him in a while. He's been kind of MIA, and he's going to fill us in all that great stuff and all the stuff he's been up to, all the trouble he's been causing. No, he doesn't cause trouble. He's a pretty cool guy, and you're going to like him. He's a lot of fun. So we'll get to him here in just a second. So in the meantime, let's get the housekeeping stuff done and out of the way. Folks, let's talk about Podhome. All right, podhome.fm. Podhome is the most modern, easy-to-use podcast hosting platform you're going to find out there. You can use Podhome to automatically generate your chapters, titles, transcripts, show notes, publish your episodes, enhance your audio. You could actually now stream. Well, you can upload your video for your video podcast and include that with the stream going out to all the modern podcast apps. Gives folks an opportunity to choose whether they want to hear the video or whether watch the video or hear the audio. And you could do all of that stuff with Podhome. Plus, you can podcast live, which is what we do. We do the video show. Yeah, absolutely. And we love doing the video show. We appreciate everybody that watches and hangs out with us, and we have a great time. But you could also go and listen to the audio, the live audio, and you can do that across the modern podcast apps like Podcast Guru, Fountain.fm, TrueFans.fm, Podhome's native podcast player. You can do all of that stuff, or you can go to our website. You can listen to the live audio on the website, because Podhome provides HTML for your website. And if you don't have a website, hey, Podhome gives you one. I mean, you get everything, absolutely everything that you need to put together a great podcast. And you get it all for an affordable subscription of $15.99 a month. Just $15.99 a month. And if you go there today and you sign up today, you get 30 days free. So you get 30 days free to play with it, and then you get $15.99 a month after that for a platform that's loaded with features. And trust me, I've been on other platforms. I paid much, much more than I pay with Podhome, and you got infinitely less in comparison. It no doubt about it. So try them out. Podhome.fm. That's podhome.fm. And make sure you check them out. Also, don't forget to head over to our website, joerooz.com. Joe Rooz, wrong one. They're out of sequence, sorry. joerooz.com. And check out the website. Also, if you would, click on that contact form, open up that little window, and send us over a message. Let us know whatever's on your heart, whatever's on your mind, any questions, comments, cares, or concerns that you might have, any issues that you might have. Maybe you have a complaint. You better not, but maybe you do. And if you do, you can put it there in the contact form and send that on over to us. If you don't want to use the web form, totally fine by me. You can always email me directly at info@joerooz.com. That's info@joerooz.com. And you can also leave a comment down below in the comment section. We'd love to hear from you guys in that way as well. And plenty of ways to reach us. Just got to take advantage of the opportunities. They're all over the place. All right. And I think as far as I know, I think those are all of the announcements that we have. Well, what's that? I think, methinks I hear our executive producer, Wayne, finally coming in to join us. Well, look at this.
Version of this song, yeah.
It's Wayne.
All right.
Welcome, Wayne.
Well, thank you, Joe. I'm going to ask you a question. If you're on the pimple the back side of Texas, then Washington must be the wart of the Republic. Because pimples you can get rid of, warts stay.
Yeah, well,
and this wart here we have, it's not going away.
The dandruff flake is what it could be. There you go.
I've been going over our new taxes in the last 3 weeks. The nicotine, not so much cigarettes, but all that other stuff, 95%. I've never heard of a 95% tax on anything in history, I don't think, unless you're.
That's insane. That's insane.
So if something costs $5, 100% of $5 is $5. So 95, just do the math, $4.50. So you're paying 2 for 1. You're not getting a free one. You're paying 1 for 2. How's that? And,
right.
Everything. I mean, like if you dispose of a tire at the tire shop was $1, it's $5. A fishing license, every sort of tab license and everything, any type of park passes, not just a little bit, some of them doubled. It's crazy, and it's like I'm a pilgrim in a holy land up here, for real.
Yeah,
it's the truth, man.
I know you were telling me before the show that like cigarette taxes. Not that it affects me right. or you, really. Neither one of us smoke, as far as I know. Cigarettes, anyway. I like my cigars. Sorry. But you even said that jumped dramatically.
Your stogies would be Idaho is really busy. Gas, no. Here we are at 319 and gas is 265 across the border. What are you going to? I mean, if you're on the border. Yeah, Idaho's getting a lot of Washington business right now.
Yeah, well, I'm sure.
Yeah, and so, but that's just it's really, and our governor does not do press conferences.
Really.
He doesn't. He just doesn't show up. It's a bizarre situation. Totally Democratic-run legislators.
Well, that's the problem with one-party rule.
Yeah, what's a one-party here? And they're now talking about some new gun laws that. Oh, Utah's looking better all the time. I actually did look for some land over in Utah recently.
Well, you should be looking some land down here in Texas.
Well, she doesn't like Texas. She lived there, so. And so maybe we can compromise. We'll go halfway down. But I'm seriously thinking of moving. And a couple of my buddies are too. I'm shaking the place. But it's kind of, I turn 65 tomorrow, okay? And I've heard that all my life when I would deliver checks back in the old days of being a mailman and people, I'm on a fixed income. Well, yeah, I guess when you're not making double what you were on a regular paycheck, that's fixed now. And if you're some of us who've had, serious injuries or disabilities, which I can say I have been, no one's going to hire me at 65 for some of the stuff I could make really good money at. So I understand fixed income. It's like, so some of the people, I've seen a lot of these gray hairs like this, all over the place. They're everywhere. And not just the Walmart pass. That's not right. People want to do it, they can do it. But other positions, I mean, the whole early mornings McDonald's team at 7 a.m. is all gray hairs.
Really?
Hey, they're going to show up. They're not going to call in sick. And they can do the job, If I was a smart owner, I'd do that same thing too. But I'm talking to these guys. Yeah, I just need that little extra. The extras that we had, which was paying less taxes. It's kind of weird, isn't it, Joe? It's like it's the taxes that is the problem because our property tax mine went from $3,000 to $8,000. How am I going to make up $5,000 take home a year? That's for my first 2 months take home is almost done. So January, February is just for taxes in the state of Washington. Total. That's if I was, on my own.
And then your federal then you have your federal taxes on top of that.
Exactly. So
and you pay state tax, federal tax. Do you have a local income tax?
We don't have an income tax in Washington. That's why they tax everything else to death.
Oh, I thought you did.
No, us in Florida. That's why these football players like to come here on the free agents. They're always talking to the Miami Dolphins or the Seattle Seahawks when they're free agents. A lot of them are.
Why did I think Washington have?
Nope, no income tax.
I'm surprised. Considering it's a one-party rule, you figure that's the first thing they would do is slap an income tax on you.
But here's the thing. This went back to the old loggers' days. They got the money from the wood. Way back 100-something years ago, in Uncle Jebediah's days, where we got the money, Joe, from timber. Okay?
Right.
So you're going to tax all these logging companies. Well, those guys ruled Okay, they were the mafia of those days, Joe. They really were. They owned 500,000 acres each company, and so they actually, well, whatever is the cliches, buttered the bread of the politicians to keep the income tax because it would hurt the loggers and the logging industry, and they made money. They made money that way. So it was based on a lot of the history of the state. It was rugged individualism. The gold miners would stop here before they went to Alaska. Well, then blue came. The blue epidemic came, and then now they're going, wow, what can we, they are putting, which has no effect on me, some huge millionaire tax on millionaires. And the latest guy, Amazon left, and somebody else left, and one more. They said, I'll jump back. They elected a mayor. She's 40 years old. She's never had a job, and she lived with her parents. On her first interview, they did the person who's a conservative person. Let's say your first press conference. I want. They freeze for I want. She's like 27. I want. It's like they go just like a little child. She wants. It starts ripping off all these taxes for the city of Seattle. And Bezos said, I'm going to go. I'm left. And now they're not getting it. They're not going, why should we keep Amazon? Let's run them out of town, Joe, right?
What about, is Microsoft is still up there, right?
He's not. He's in Bellevue. Bellevue's a different county, different area.
Okay.
Seattle, city of Seattle has its own tax.
Oh, I see.
Yeah,
Okay. I got you now.
Seattle city tax. So if you're living in Seattle, may the force not be with you, because you're getting hosed anyhow. And so the business tax of Seattle, we can make a lot of money on these millionaires and just tax them only. There goes the jobs. And so, Bezos left, and Microsoft, and then Boeing left one of their plants. So
it's amazing that liberals don't understand that.
They never work for a living.
They don't understand what taxation is. They don't understand that you could slap a tax on one of the upper or higher tax brackets, but it filters down. Corporations don't pay taxes. Corporations absorb the tax and pass it on to the consumer.
Right. And I said this the other day, $50,000 is not a working man's wage anymore up here. $50,000 a year. It really isn't. My son said, yeah, Dad, me and wife, we made $112. They broke even. 5 kids, but he's got a mortgage, mortgage, tax, this, insurances and everything. And so he goes, yeah, it's $50,000 each. If you do that, and he has 5 kids, but there's a difference. But even so, even 2 kids, it's like $50,000 is not like it used to be. And that was just a short time ago, not ages ago. Because when I retired, I was at 50, and I thought I was making big money, as a postman, which I was in 2006.
Right.
It ain't no more. And so the state of the blue up here, it's, if Elvis was here, man, it'd be a deep blue Hawaii for him. But I'm telling you, man, it's just, like I said, good thing I hunt and fish, and I kill, and people, they're, like I said, I'm half off the grid anyhow. So food is not a problem with me, and travel, like I said, but I just did my best trip of my whole life. I went on a cruise with the missus, with Bro, 7 days of, I could hear George's dad say "Serenity now," It was incredible, and I ran into 2 kids from Bensonhurst.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I told them your name. Oh, maybe my dad. Okay, Jojo, I got to ask you a quick question. 2 kids in their 20s, they're going for their masters. They don't work. Who's paying for the college, and who's paying for this trip? Is that maybe a little entitled boys from Brittonhurst? Maybe grandma's paying for it, and they're, little Italian boys, and I might go for my PhD next. And somebody's daddy's got money or something. It was just fine. I don't care.
Well, yeah, you would think that.
Yeah. So, but we had a talk. I told him about you, and oh man, I wonder if he knows my dad, or what have you. It's when there's something in the 20s, but they were astonished that this old man was hanging with this young lady, and once again, I got a few. It's nice to bring your daughter on your trip there. I said, well, she helps me with my arthritis medication and what have you. So
she's your massage therapist.
Yeah.
Let's not degrade into a.
No. The thing was, I got to be honest. I can't say the cruise lines because I don't want to, but it was adults only, and it's the best 7 days I've had in a long time. My shoulders, it's the news report on my shoulder is gruesome, and so
yeah. Let me talk to you about that a little bit, because for folks who don't know what's going on here, So Wayne had been a regular on our Wednesday nights. We've been doing our Wednesday with Wayne pretty consistently. And then he got into a vehicle accident. And then tell us what happened from there.
Like I said, the impact will go at 50 miles an hour and stop suddenly. I started reading out G-forces, what G-force is and what momentum is, and you're a law enforcement, you're a first responder, and I don't know how many car accidents maybe you've been at the first responder at. I never thought about, we see a person, you hear about, they didn't survive it, but there's no cuts, there's no nothing. The G-force of that body and what it did to the internal part of the body. So my seat belt almost cut me in half from the impact of it. So it totally ripped my shoulder off the bone, and it ripped my bicep off the bone, where they now can no longer attach it to my real piece where it goes. So they tie it over here. And so I said today was my first, it's taken 8 weeks to get to the surgery. They couldn't do nothing. I had to keep it in the sling for 8 weeks. Usually it's 2 weeks, and usually it's 2 anchors. Now it's 8.
Wow.
And he said today, he goes, well, eventually you might be able to bench or curl 15. 15. Joe, in my prime, 55 pounders. Man, I used to bench 300 pounds at 165 pounds. 165 pound guy putting up 300 on the rack. And it's not about pounds and stuff, but it's my arm, he said, will never be as mobile as it was before this. So it's been a lot of pain, and I've struggled for a lot of different things, sleep, this, and this. There's people, I say to myself, there's a lot of people that didn't come home today, who were in a car crash or what have you. But the bottom line is the legal part's all settled. We're getting that all worked out and everything, but I'm fine. She's got a bulging disc. Other than that, she's fine, but it's taken me a little bit more to recover than I thought. I've been at IR a little too long, Joe. How's that? So
I'm here. I had to fix something. I didn't want to.
So the farm went through a redo. So we got all these chickens. So we got rid of 2/3 of the chickens, and so now all these chickens are gone. We're going to tear all these buildings apart. I'm just going to do gardening. I'm going to have the biggest garden I've had in my life next summer, or this summer. I can't say next. It's this summer. So the chickens we have, very manageable. So it's a lot of work. Hauling this, moving this, hauling that. So all this stuff will be just scorched earth, with a little chicken hut, which I already built, and I'm going to put all my garden up and just be out there gardening, farming, and I can do what I can do. I'm eliminating the higher stress on my body task. So there, but it's the wheel turns slow. All the stuff, or I don't care what age you are, but the wheel turns slow. But I turn 65 tomorrow, and I go. And I'm in great shape, my body still, muscular-wise. I mean, I've been doing this nonstop. And even some of the ladies at the pool, you're in pretty good shape for 65, so. I'm sure
your daughter over there didn't appreciate that too much.
She says he embarrasses these 30-year-olds over here. Dad bods. I didn't even know what dad bod meant. To me, it's like belly buster, So I understand, but like I said, I gained about 20 pounds from the accident. Before that, I was pretty svelte and kicking it. But so health-wise, it's just been a little bit of a longer, even getting my studio done and getting the things I need to get done here, because I just put everything in the back burner. And how about this? Bending down and getting the cables underneath, it's been a chore. I re-injured my knee that was replaced. I had to do that all over again. So tomorrow, I'll gong the bell or hit the gong and get this motor started. And I have, like I said, some rehab to do. And he said I won't be able to row a boat till June because I've got a rowboat. No big deal. My football team's in the playoffs. One more day. So Seattle's in the playoffs till Sunday, so that's kind of fun. But
there you go.
I've been missing you, Joe. I got to tell you guys, I've been missing this dude. I really have. But I am making a trip down. I've already decided that. I got an extra ticket out of the stuff, and I'm going to come down to the Pipple down there and get real serious. We'll do in studio. Both of us in the same studio at the asylum together.
That'll be fun.
Lock the doors, man. Lock the door.
Lock the door and throw away the keys.
Throw away the keys. But I've been watching you and listening to the shows and listening to your Sunday. And, man, I got to now switch a gear a little bit. And what's happening, and not that just the geopolitical, biblical, political ramifications of what's really going on in this world in the last 2 weeks even. I mean, I know Trump was. I kind of tuned off everything because I was gone for a week. No, nothing for 7 days. Nothing. Just the ocean. One night on the Caribbean, opened the window all the way, so we got waves glistening in with the air. It was fantastic. So I don't know. There could have been a nuke in the mainland, and I wouldn't have known. So, just what is Greenland? What is Iran? What's happening there? And Putin's not happy, which he never probably has been in his whole life. But there's some things that are kind of shuffling around, wouldn't you say?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
The Middle East is actually taking the second stage of what's happening because Joe Rooz, once it becomes a state, I will put my hat in for governor of Greenland. I've got my team already. I've got my team already. I will throw my hat in the ring. If I have to be there for 1 year, I'll go set up a residency for 1 year.
Did you hear
Unlike Hillary, she doesn't have to do that,
Right. Did you hear the proposal that was made?
No, that's what I'm saying.
For Greenland, it was the offer was $700 billion.
Okay.
And each Greenlander would get $100,000 for their U.S. citizenship.
Okay.
I think I'd like to move to Greenland right now.
I'm thinking, I want to run for governor. Really?
I wouldn't mind $100,000.
No.
That'd be nice.
Just grow that beard a little frostier and hair a little wilder.
Well, you'd really look like Santa Claus.
Nordic look,
Yeah.
So
Nanook of the North.
But you gotta admit, Trump, man, it's just he's relentless.
Well, he has to be. He has to be. He doesn't have a choice.
Because he has to be Trump.
But not only that,
Trump. Yeah.
But he's also on a time limit too. Because I don't. I don't know about the midterms. I'm concerned about the midterms.
Yeah, I know.
If first of all, the Republicans only have a 2-seat advantage right now, or a 3-seat advantage in the House. So the House is up for grabs, man. And if they lose the House,
right,
all you're going to be looking at for the next 2 years after that is going to be investigations and impeachments. That's all you're going to look at.
That's all it's going to be. Same old last time. So yeah.
Everything, all the advancement, everything that's been done is going to be put on hold. It's going to be stopped, or if not stopped, considerably slowed down.
Right.
So he has to step up the pace. At least the DOJ has to step up the pace on all these investigations that they're opening up and they're supposedly doing. I am still waiting to see somebody, be held accountable for some of the things that have taken place over the last 10 years. And you know exactly what I'm talking about. It's ridiculous now. I think Pam Blondie was the worst decision as an AG. I don't know if it's that she's compromised. I don't know if it's that she's just not interested in really doing the job.
Right. Or she's just a true government hack that's worked her whole life in the government. Like Hillary. Yeah. Hillary's no different. She's never had a real private people. Yeah. Work a private job for real. Own your own little business. Oh, last thing I'm going to jump back again. The private business owners in the States are getting in the taxes. Oh, what do you mean I built this? Remember who said I built this? That's the mentality. You didn't build your little shop here. You didn't know your manufacturing business or your bakery, and they're getting hosed on that. But they haven't worked private. So here's a question: if they can go in the middle of the night and arrest a foreign dictator with nobody knowing and everybody sleeping, can't they go do that here? Can't they arrest people in this country who's doing probably worse than this guy actually?
You're not supposed to talk about that.
Oh.
Yeah,
I've been gone. See, I've been gone.
No, I'm being sarcastic. I
know.
Because I said I've been saying that. Like when I first found out and heard that Maduro had been apprehended, and I saw a post that Mike Johnson put out that said, that he's going to understand what accountability is. Well, how about the accountability for the people here in this country that did such horrible things over the last 10 years that need to be held accountable? They're not. We're still waiting. We're still waiting for something on Epstein. We're still waiting for stuff on the election.
Comey's going to go back to the Virgin Islands or wherever he's from, or whatever.
We're still waiting on. We're still waiting on 2020 stuff. The election of 2020. We're still waiting on the stuff from COVID. We're still waiting on all of these things. I appreciate Kash Patel, sending out all his tweets saying, "Hey, we did this today, and we did that today. We apprehended these people today." Great, that's fantastic. You're doing your job. That's fine. Okay, great. What about this other stuff?
Right.
Let's come on. Let's get moving here. The clock is ticking. You've had a year to get settled in. Let's go. Come on.
Right.
Let's do it. Let's get something done.
And what kind of career person has to do a daily thing? Oh, I picked up 17 waste cans. I work for Waste Management. You won't believe how much I did today, you guys. I'm going to have a press conference with it. Just do your job. If you have to tell everybody what you do why do you have to do that?
They hide behind the transparency. This is the most transparent. Yes, I agree. This administration is the most transparent.
Yeah.
But just do your job, man.
Bill Belichick. That was Belichick's ringing bell. You see him on those NFL films. Just do your job. He's right, but he was an old stench. But he was, just do your job. I got it. But do you have to announce everything when you do your job? So I at the beginning I was getting frustrated. Then I go, I was talking to somebody on my trip. I go, some of those guys, movie and art imitates life. Is that what they say? Art imitates life.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I always like to go with my man Heath Ledger's the Joker. When he's talking to Batman, he goes, they're all schemers. The mayor has his schemes. The governor has his schemes. The commissioner has his schemes. The mob they're all schemers. And he's right. And he wasn't playing, favorites. He went from the government, the mayor, the police commissioners, the town people, the elected officials, the mob guys, and these guys. They're all schemers. And they all have their plans. And that's pretty much what it is, actually. So, and there was a few things I was really disheartened by. I forget what it was. I can't remember because it was so disheartening. I put it on my brain because one of the things they announced, I go, this isn't really going to happen. I really felt bad. And I can't remember what it was, but I just let it be and moved on. It was so disheartening thinking, no, nothing's going to change on that one. And no, didn't Bongino leave? Did he leave? Yeah, he left the FBI.
Okay. Yeah, and he came out and...
That's what it was. I mean, he's probably in a very uncomfortable place,
Well, I don't know. He came out, spit and fire, like he's holding people accountable, and he's going to be going after all these, quote unquote, black-pilled people, and all of these, people who claim they're MAGA supporters, and they talk bad about the administration, and they point out the inconsistencies that are being seen more and more every day. And then I think he's going back to his podcast February 2nd, I think it was, or something like that. Whatever that first week in February is.
Right.
I don't know. I mean, I always said that I respected Bongino for everything he did, and I don't know the guy. I never met him. I used to watch his show all the time. I really enjoyed his show.
Right.
I just hope that I just hope that when he gets back behind the mic, it's going to I don't know how his credibility is took a hit from all this.
Well, a lot of people have short-term memory loss too.
Yeah, that too.
They do. People do.
I mean, I'll check out the show. I mean, I'll watch it again. I'll see what he's all about. But I don't know. I'm.
Then there's a guy like me. Actually, I could say this working in the smaller levels of federal government. I turned 65, and I'm still trying to get all my full retirement benefits.
Well, bureaucracy never changes. Bureaucracy is always going to be a pain.
Yeah, it's like, okay, but
but what they're doing to you is ridiculous.
Oh,
I mean, that's
embarrassing. Yeah, we're supposed to get the judge to rule on this year to pay us off. So to get back to Bongino, I'm going to give him a little bit of a break.
Yeah, of course.
Let me explain. I think it's not naive. It's not this. It's like I think he's just one of those guys that I'm going to make a change. Like what was it, Jimmy Stewart? The guy who went to Washington, Jimmy Stewart was the fresh. Mr. Smith goes to Washington. It's kind of, I looked at it that way. Mm-hmm. He probably had all of these illusions of grandeur, which I still don't understand what that means. I do, I guess, a little bit. that you're going to get things done in your own mind. But I think he did that, and when they, let's bring him in the back room for a minute. And when he comes, his whole countenance is like,
Well, do you remember that press conference that they had? Not a press conference. It was they did an interview, and it was him and Kash Patel. They were talking about Epstein. And
files. No Epstein files, right?
And he looked sick to his stomach.
He did.
He looked sick. He looked like he was very uncomfortable. Didn't want to be there. I don't blame him. I mean,
right. Now I can't believe he was. I don't know who's who. But was he military? I'm not sure if he was or former military. But
no, he's former
CIA, right?
Former law enforcement. He was NYPD, and then he went to the Secret Service, and then he went to broadcasting. Yeah. And then he went back to the FBI. Now he's back in broadcasting.
Right. But I think he's just the guy. Go, oh man, things have really changed. He's just the fish out of water. This is not his world. That's not his world because. So maybe
that level of it's not his world.
Yeah, I'm going to give him a little slack that he's going. Those things. It's kind of like in Pulp Fiction where they open that thing and nobody knows what it is but a light and they shut it. There's a movie in Pulp Fiction where John Travolta opens this thing and shuts it back. You don't know what it is. You just have to use your imagination. Hey, Bongino, take a look in this book here. Picture of his kids hanging from a bridge in Mexico.
Oh, God forbid. Yeah.
No, I'm serious. This is.
Oh no, I know you are, but I'm just saying.
Yeah, it's just what devious is out there, and I've been in I just here recently. I counted the years. I've been in a place called Shared Hope, helping with sex trafficking rescue and helping out with some financial stuff, but passing out 1-800 sex trafficking rescuing cards. Me and Ro, we went to the Super Bowl, and whichever the Chiefs Frisco was a couple years ago in Vegas, and the darkness. I could feel the darkness there because the Super Bowl is the #1 event for that.
Right.
And we were out there, and here she is getting her heels on and her cocktail dress because she gets in free to these places where a lot of these women are being held up at these big, fancy guys. It's a $75 ticket. Girls get in free. So I give her the stuff with her little purse and she go through. And we went down the streets and stuff. And I'm just pounding her saying, how dark is this? How dark? And the things about Epstein. And how dark is that? And how... And that's what I said. I this recently, whatever it was, it just overcame me, and I said I got to get out of town. My body's been cracked and broken, and I'm had another fight with the government. I'm trying to deal with, and I said let's get the heck out of Dodge. And it's the best trip ever. I showed you the picture on the beach, and I told her keep all. I told her I said please keep all the family business out of this, all of it, no matter what someone else is dealing with. If they texted you. He took my car, and he leave it all out. And I didn't take any texts or anything like that. So we didn't need, for 7 days, Joe, my phone was in the safe.
Nice.
Yeah. I didn't notice any difference, and it was great. The pool.
By choice, or they made you do that?
No, my choice. I said, I don't need this thing. I really didn't. I don't get anything. Either you or a couple other guys text me per month. Texts I get per month. And so, like I said, I got the pool going. I was telling jokes left and right. I had everybody laughing in the pool, just ripping them left and right. I go, you know what? I don't have a phone. I don't own one. I go, I live up in the mountains. I do smoke signals, drums, and carrier pigeons for communications. They love that one. Everybody, they thought about it. Yeah, I can see that guy doing it.
You told me you were going to.
Joe, here's my punchline. LOL.
You dumbass.
They love that one. LOL. That was
what
good, I thought.
Dumbass. So you told me the other day. Okay. You told me the other day that you were thinking about getting back into your stand-up routine.
I am actually next week.
So
I'm gonna
why don't you? What do you have anything ready, prepared? Because I'll just disconnect here and I'll sit back and let you rip.
I heard somebody at the pool go, "Oh, I've met Elmer here at the dating app." I go, "Oh, no kidding." I went to Washington State legislators. I tried to get a meeting with the governor on the dating apps that they have to take it to legislation. If you're going to be on a dating app, you better be on a scale in a bikini with a birth certificate. Because I'm going to know who you really are, not some picture. Is that an 87 Ford she's standing by or not?
I don't know, man. I don't know. I'll tell you honestly.
Dating apps.
After my divorce, I tried some of the dating apps. I will confess that. And you want to talk about a depressing...
Oh, well, somebody said, are you on any apps? Yeah. I like Applebee's sandwiches they got there and those little shrimp. I'm on plenty of apps.
I like my appies, appetizers.
I actually did go into a store. I went to a restaurant. This is true. Cross your heart. I went to a restaurant thinking that they were giving out apps. Like Applebee's. It was their app. I went to the store, or went to the restaurant. I go, you guys just said you're giving out like apps. Are like shrimp? What are they? Is it mozzarella sticks? She goes, no, they're these peepers you get. You put them on your phone. Like, that's false advertisement, man. Come on.
Oh, you're one of those old curmudgeons, man.
I am. But I'm a happy one at least.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah,
There's nothing wrong with that at all.
Nothing at all. But no, I got some other stuff. I got it in the brain. She says, just let it out. I got a pad of paper, as Rush used to would say. I got my pad of paper, my pen, and I finally feel pretty good. So I'm gonna rip some off. I got
do it, man.
So by next Wednesday, if I'm on, I got a few good ones here. So
he'll be on.
My buddies go, dude, tell us, because now another thing is I'm basing my comedy bit of what we've missed the last 10 years. I'm going to bring it out. Like a Don Chappelle. He doesn't care. Why should I care? Just because I'm a white, gray-haired, straight old man. What's happened the last 10 years that we couldn't talk about?
True. Very true.
I'm bringing it all up, boys. I'm going to bring it all up. Oh, yeah, you better believe it. Fat women, they're on it. You better believe it. No, I'm going to go for it all.
You have this obsession with obese women.
Yeah, I do. I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
I just, the guys too. I was actually, it's the young people that are obese. Because I'm looking at this pool. The whole thing I learned at the pool the whole week. Man, dude, they're not very old. And the serious business of, I guess, dealing with health situations. But yes, that big belly will come in later to bring you troubles. And it does, not just on the waistline, but the kidneys and all the other stuff that goes with it.
Oh yeah, and actually, I learned something today. Actually, that obese children, young adults, as they get older, what that does, the obesity, it actually, and don't laugh, this is true. This is what I heard today. I learned this today, that it actually shrinks their testicles.
Yeah.
And which reduces the amount of testosterone that they produce, which leads to all the other problems that come about from a low testosterone.
Now you add into PlayStations or gaming.
Yeah, the sedentary lifestyle.
That they're talking, and I'll put the other one, Stanford guy. He's from Stanford. He's a smart guy, right? But he did a study, 5-year study on gaming in 12 to 16-year-old boys.
Mm-hmm.
They don't have the chutzpah for girls like we did back in our generation, and they're losing that. They're losing the drive. They're losing their testosterone. They're losing sperm count. They're just all these different things that young boys should be growing with. Mm-hmm. And that's the other thing is it's the non-health part. And so you add munching down and watching. They said this one kid dang near dehydrated himself to death after 36 hours without drinking anything. To the screen. He dehydrated so bad playing the game.
I heard something about that.
Hours.
I did hear something about that.
That's pretty serious business there. So
yeah.
But no, I'm gonna. My buddy said, "Come on, man, get right, get to the pad, buddy. We need you back on an open mic one here." They do some open mic challenges and stuff. Amateur comedy nights are opening up. So.
Well, I'm kind of. I'll be honest with you. I'm a little disappointed because I was kind of expecting you to have something already prepared for us for tonight.
I know, and I did. I actually, like I said, my pain receptacles have been overcoming me the last 2 weeks of this because they took that cast thing off or whatever. So my arm has been on its own. It's like it's having its own life again, and I literally cannot go like this with that arm, and the pain receptacles sleep. It's been a hard time sleeping, and so I haven't been too funny about that. And that's because it's like if I'm feeling good and
I mean you could, but. Yeah. I thought of a couple of jokes while we were discussing it. Okay. It's like sooner or later you're going to start walking around like Quasimodo.
I know, exactly.
You look at you. Actually, you're starting to already. I can tell by the way you're sitting there. You're sitting like this.
Okay, I've been watching this old guy. I forgot his name. He's getting really big on YouTube.
I love you, buddy.
The old guy. He said I've got on a dating site. It's called Carbon Dating.
That's good. I like that.
I wrote a lady a text and I asked her for her numbers. She sent back 145/90.
I was expecting to hear Roman numerals.
I don't have arthritis. I just got preset and rigor mortis.
Early onset rigor mortis.
Early onset. That's what it is. Yeah, early onset rigor mortis. It's not arthritis no more.
Yeah, there you go.
So there we
That's
go.
good. That's good. I like that. That's funny.
So I got a few ones. I might steal a few here or there, but humor's definitely new to a friend. That's an old Jimmy Buffett line in one of his songs.
Yeah.
But comedy took a hit for a long time.
It did.
You could not say these certain things, and now I forget. Maybe it's Rogan or somebody else I knew out there saying they're opening a club for all out comedy. Just come on in. The people like us will go watch it.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
that. Yeah.
People have gotten so concerned. PC shit. It's
exactly.
like nobody knows how to laugh. And that's the thing. And you go back to our generation. Like for example, I was watching a clip. Before we learned that Bill Cosby was did the things that he did.
And my wife, when she was in Texas at the place she worked, she served him. The mansion on Turtle Creek. They would close down. Celebrities came in. It was Bill Cosby. He brought in a big sub from Philadelphia for her and her team.
Oh, nice.
This was before that. She's a nice guy. I said, you didn't drink anything, did you? He gave you?
Well, I was watching some of the clips of from that tour that he did. Was it Bill Cosby himself or something like that?
Yeah.
And listening to some of the jokes he was telling about his wife and about the kids and all that stuff. I mean, you try something like that today, forget it. Listen to old Eddie Murphy stuff.
Oh,
good night. Eddie Murphy raw.
Hey, Norton,
Come on down here, Norton.
Norton, come on down here.
I want to show you something.
Oh, that's not too kosher, as they would say.
Hey, that Roofy boy.
Brooklyn, yeah. In Brooklyn, that would be too kosher, so yeah.
Yeah, but my point is that, today everybody is just so hypersensitive about every little thing. I mean, nobody laughs anymore. You can't crack a joke. You can't tell a funny story. You have to worry about it. I mean, for crying out loud, you walk around, you're afraid to say something. You're afraid to say good morning to some people because just a look on their face when you see them and you're like, all right.
Well, on this ship, this lady, it was a show. It's called Misbehaving. And she had these quick little names of people. Well, it's the reverse name of them. Ellen DeGeneres. Ellen DeSelfless. I can't say it right. You know what I'm talking. I got a little nasal thing go. So it's Ellen DeGeneres. She's going Ellen DeSelfish. So I thought about that. That was a good one there. But she started ripping these things. But she's had the paper where she's ripping these things off. The writer was really good with these people. Taking the people's names and changing the opposite of them.
Yeah,
she was
I've heard.
Target for a long time. Nobody can stand a woman. She was like a tyrant. So she can go to whatever country she went to. Okay. And even the people on the left could care less either.
And people called her Ellen Degenerate.
Degenerate too. Yeah. It's her organization, 98% went back to her. It's not.
So I want to ask because we got like 10 minutes left. So
10 minutes, okay.
So I'm going to ask you something. Put your thinking cap on. Do you know what TED Talks are?
Yeah, people go up, and I actually knew someone from my high school went to one.
Okay.
They made it to TED Talk.
So you know what they are. Okay, good.
There's a subject, and they let it rip.
Okay, cool. Now, if you had to give a TED Talk right now with no prep whatsoever, what are you going to rant about?
Property rights. And how we should legally be able to plant landmines on our property.
I like that, actually. Yeah. It would be nice.
Yeah. That way people will want to come and disturb my peace.
Would you have to put a sign up that says,
no, that's
warning?
That's a part of the word right. Okay. So, no, I would think, what would it be?
I mean, you're not pointing to where they are exactly. You could lay them out in any pattern you want, but just put a sign up there saying, enter at your own risk, landmines in action.
Landmines in here. I think, Joe, what it would be.
I'm not talking about cow pie landmines. I'm talking about actual.
No, I think generally, what would it be? Oh, gosh. I mean, I got 4 of them here, but somehow connecting with your neighbors at least, or something. To just we're so Well, one thing, I guess it would be the cell phone has done a lot of damage to communication from everybody,
Sure.
even their own children. People that can't even talk to their own children nowadays. It's like there's no communication skills, and I'm actually that's one of my strong points is communication. Like I said, where's your cell phone? People are it's in the safe. I've left it in the car. I've left it at home. I was in a restaurant. There's an old thing where E.F. Hutton, there's a 70s commercial. When E.F. Hutton talks, people listen, everything went silent. I was in a restaurant. She goes, where's your phone at, Wayne? I go, I left it at home. E.F. Hutton. Everybody like, what the fuck? I left it at home.
Do you remember? I had a guest on the show last night.
That's a brave move, though, isn't it, Joe?
Yeah, I think
Did
so.
the cell phone at home?
Yeah, why not?
All 2 calls a month.
I mean, we've done it. I mean, we grew up that way.
Yeah.
You know,
Okay.
you gotta have pocket change in your pocket just to make a phone call if you needed to.
I still have quarters in my pocket. Everywhere I go.
Well, I'm not going to get that. So last night I had a guest on the show, and he made a reference to something, and it immediately sparked in my head. That was a commercial for something. Do you remember the commercial? Reach out and touch someone.
Oh yeah, AT&T.
AT&T. Thank you. I was driving myself crazy trying to think about what that was, and I was like, Bell. I'm like, nah, I just dated myself big time.
Right.
You know, Bell telephone, or reach out and touch someone.
I grew up in Michigan Bell because what was his name? Alexander Graham Bell was friends with Henry Ford.
Right.
They were contemporaries, and they worked together. And he has a Michigan's footprint in Michigan. A lot of his stuff is from Michigan, and the first red light was in Michigan. Well, there's cars there. So, but yeah, it's like communication-wise, I think there's a miscommunication. How's that in America? Look, I don't care. Like I said, what you do in your home and whatever, but this got to be the absurd. The guy was barbecuing, and I'll wrap it up with this. The guy had a barbecue.
No, because I have another question for you.
Okay. The guy was barbecuing, and the woman got her fan, the biggest fan she could, a wooden fence, just like Tim Allen's show. You can only see that much. Mm-hmm. And she had her fan because his meat was going over her vegan property. The smell, the barbecue smoke.
Yeah, I remember this. I remember we talked about this. Yeah. I mean, it's ridiculous. Ridiculous.
Hey, Joe, people wonder why I live up in the mountains, up here,
secluded from everyone.
I've seen 2 bucks come in today from the stream. It's hell up here.
I'm telling you.
Yeah, it's hell up here. And so both.
And look, and for the folks listening, watching, I've been to Wayne's place. I know what it looks like. It's a beautiful property. It's expansive. It's really nice, and it would be a shame if you had to sell it just to get away from the taxes. And that's the problem.
No, I think we're going to do pretty good on this. Is going to be my year on some reclaiming some prosperity here. So yeah, okay. My ring to glory is taking a big deer off on my porch in my boxers. Nice. For real.
I would love to see video
of that. I came out of the deck, suited up and got it.
Oh, you used the bow?
That shot. Yeah, I used bow. Yeah, I've got almost 50 deer on my bow.
Nice.
Yeah. So yeah,
really nice.
I can't shoot gun because I've been shot at twice, so I quit going out with gun. I must resemble a deer or something. Because man, dude, what the hell?
Either that or was it the same person?
No, just 2 different hunts. Dude shot right over. Dude shot between me and someone else. What the? I'm done. I won't go out with a rifle no more. So I'm done. So,
I can understand that. I can understand that.
Maybe thought it was Bigfoot. I don't know. Next.
You know what? The picture that you sent me today for your headshot.
Yeah.
You could easily pass for Bigfoot.
Or the father of Bigfoot.
Or grandfather. It's a Bigfoot. With the white hair.
Yeah. So. I have a cool shirt. It looks real as can be, and it fakes people out. It looks like a Forest Service shirt because I used to work for the Forest Service. Bigfoot Research Team, Sequim, Washington, and I've been in Michigan. Really, and I'm not telling a lie. I was community college. We had a team of Bigfoot people. I joined on with because I worked for the Forest Service. I fought fires. I've been in all that different situations with the Forest Service. Mm-hmm. I said, yeah, I've been on a select team doing Bigfoot research. That wasn't the bullshit part of it. But I says, I've had 2 sightings lately in a couple bars. I pulled them in really deep. I pulled them really, really deep. And I had the guy going. It was Michigan. I mean, it's like, oh, my shirt and everything. Woo-hoo! So there we go.
Wayne.
So, yeah.
Wayne. Where is it?
My guys I grew up with said, you're the sob that will get a Bigfoot. If there's anybody on the planet that brings one in his truck dead into town with his tongue hanging out, it'll be me. They said that. And I got 2 granddaughters. I'm putting high pressure on me to get them a unicorn.
Just get a pony, stick a horn on it.
Yeah, someone did that and didn't go good. It got infected and killed the horse.
What about, do you remember the movie Scrooged, Bill Murray?
Yeah, Bill Murray, yeah.
When he talked about putting staples, staple the antlers on the mouth.
Buster Poindexter was a taxi driver. I remember.
Yeah. It was a great movie. Great movie. So, all right, last question for you.
Towel or VHS? Towel, VHS. A rope, VHS. All the gifts for his company.
I remember. Yeah, I watched the movie not too long ago too. It was great.
Sorry, you got a squirrel right there heading. A squirrel crossed me real fast.
That's all right. So, all right, last question for you, my friend. Last question. Yeah. If you could put one sentence on a billboard that everyone would see, what would it say?
Oh man. See, darn it is. I really got to say, we're in the final moments.
I was expecting something like that. Actually, I was expecting a verse from you. That's what I was expecting.
Or not the last days, the final moments. You could go either one of those. Different parts of the country. The South, you could go with not the last days, the final moments.
Mm-hmm.
That's exactly my route. If you really get serious, or I can even tell with a light tone, but it's not the last days. It is the final moments.
Yep. I always say it's the last days of the last days.
Yeah, and that's a good one too. And I told a buddy, I got real tight with it. I said, man, I'm going to tell you right now, it's going to be up there. You're going to have a lawyer, or you won't have a lawyer.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You're going to have a lawyer. I have a lawyer already, and he's ready. He has all the evidence, okay? And he knows when I get up there. But if you're not in that book, you do not have a lawyer or an advocate. So at least if I still say today, my name's in that book. My name's in that book. Like I said, I struggled last year with it. Like the greatest day of my life was August 8th. I was feeling fantastic, beautiful. This surgery, this was happening. We were great. Literally, sun was shining. The birds were tweeping. It was their birthday, and boom. I go, wait a second. Time out here, man. Time out. I can't take... Okay. So that's why a lot of stuff hasn't gotten done, because my body has just been totally jacked. The word is jacked. But I told my associate, she's got we got airplane colds, by the way.
Yeah, I know you said
airplane colds. We were great. But we were in Miami Airport forever, and 8 hours in a plane. Seattle, Washington to Miami, Florida is the farthest spots of America. Unless you go to San Diego to Portland, Maine. And nobody goes to Portland, Maine. So from Seattle to Miami, 6-hour flight. Our flight today will be 6 hours and 9 minutes. But you're going to be on a plane for another hour here, and when you land in Seattle. So it's going to be 8 hours in this coming plane. Oh, man, whatever germs, because we had no problems on the boat, because I was hand sanitizing, don't put my hand on the rail, no shaking no hands, and we were fine. Once we got in that plane, once we got off of that, so she is actually really bad. So
is she really? Oh wow, I'm sorry, I didn't know that.
She's like out. Like I can hear her. It's like borderline bronchitis. Me, like I said, I have that.
I thought I heard a coughing in the background.
Yes, that was just her. I have extraterrestrial blood, so I'm doing good. So that's what my sister says. I have O negative blood and blue eyes. She goes, 1% of the whole world's population has that. Oh, one last thing before we go.
Yes, sir.
They did the scans and all the MRIs and everything. My orthopedic shoulder doctor, he goes, you have an extra bone. 20 years surgery, 20 years, thousands of MRIs. You have this extra bone. We don't know where the hell it came from. Everybody has 260. They call me 261 in that office.
Nice.
Okay, I got that going for me too, Joe.
Take it. Market it.
All right. Well, I told somebody, I says, when the aliens do arrive, they'll be contacting me. Oh,
So they'll be
Zofar.
counting bones, yeah.
Zofar.
Oh.
So I said they will be contacting me. So that one, and there's something about my blood vessels. They said is different too. I go, I'm liking this even more. So yeah, even my mom. I just see my mom's 98 years old. She goes, "You're kind of different than all the kids there."
Well, it would explain a lot.
10 of them, yeah. So yeah,
It definitely would explain a lot about you.
yeah,
for sure.
And it's weird because she's down there hacking to death, and I'm already over it.
Yeah.
And she's 20 years younger than me. I say
Yeah, but you also you also expose yourself to a lot more too. You're constantly out in the woods.
Yeah.
You're out there hunting. You're out exposing yourself in the elements. You're
germs.
stronger.
Yeah, so another thing is zinc every day.
That's a good point.
I take zinc every single day of my life. It's good to be back with you, Joe. I just
Yeah, it's great.
get
But
I'm now feel like I'm getting my motor started because I got this thing off my thing and the pain stinks, and I now can sleep a little better. And I'm on a track for 3 months of rehab, and the doctor said today, just no, quick moves, no false moves, but I feel better now, and I know the row I have to hoe is. It's going to be a tough one because I'm not going to have the same mobility as I did before my crash. So, okay. So I got rid of the birds. I got rid of the stuff that's a little extra work on the farm. And I'll just, maybe just grow pot. I don't know. Just what the heck.
go for it.
Go for it. Just do it.
All right, my brother.
Make tons of gummies, pass them
There
out
you go.
to kids and stuff,
All right, I got to do a read here.
Blessings,
So,
all right?
all right, my brother. So
See
I
you
will.
soon, okay?
Yes,
It's
you
been a
will.
great-
Yes,
great
you will.
time with you. And
Folks, Wayne A. Rankin,
20,000 downloads.
executive
I'm so
producer
happy.
of the show. Well, yeah. Well, it's actually more than 20,000, but
Oh, good for you, man. And tonight I sent out 20. We'd be on your little
All right,
little
awesome.
intro. I sent about 20 of those out. So,
beautiful.
Okay, thank
Oh,
you.
hopefully,
Joe.
hopefully we'll get
Blessings.
some folks listening.
Thank you, and I will have some. I'm going to hit I got a week to hit my. I'm now hitting it. I have my pad right there. I got a lot of stuff I want to write down, and so
Go for it.
because I actually am not in pain. Pain
Good.
does that to me. It takes away a lot of stuff I'm thinking about that I would be thinking about normally. And bye. I'll talk to you soon, Joe.
All right, my friend. All right, folks. Wayne Rankin. Thanks, buddy. I appreciate you.
You too. Always.
I'll see
welcome.
you in a bit, brother. God bless you. Bye. All right. Well, folks, let's put the prop on here. Folks, it's tax season, and we all know that taxation is theft. We all know that, and we all have to suffer under it. But the folks over at the Diamond Dynasty Tax Group Legacy are going to do everything they possibly can to minimize the stress and maximize your refund. They did my tax for me last year. They did a great job, so you need to check them out. Right here, local, Eagle Pass, but they will service anywhere. So check them out. Diamond Dynasty Tax Group Legacy, 830-867-7106. It's 830-867-7106. And don't forget, taxation is theft. All right? All right. Put that back. There we go. If I can reach. Ugh. Getting old, stiff. All right. Well, as always, folks, we want to give our shout outs to our producing team, our executive producers, Wayne Rankin, who you just got to spend almost 55 minutes with, Rosanna Rankin, Carolina Jimenez, Marissa Lee, and of course, Anonymous Angela. Thank you guys for doing all the work that you do for the show. We really do appreciate that. If it wasn't for our executive producers, we wouldn't really be able to do a lot of the stuff that we do. These folks donate their time, their talent, their treasure, and they're the backbone of what we're doing here. So I really do appreciate them. And if you would like to find out more about how you can help support this show, try to find out how you can become a producer of the show, just head over to our website, joerooz.com/support. And when you get there, you can check out all the different ways of helping us out. All right. I think at this point, we should get ready to say goodbye. All right. So, folks, don't forget, tomorrow night, no show. Thursday nights are no shows. Friday, we have Rick Sorensen with us. Looking forward to talking to Rick. And that'll be it for tonight. So, folks, thank you again for taking the time to be with us. Don't forget to head over to the website, joerooz.com. Leave us a message. Let us know what you think. And listen, don't forget, make Texas independent again. Go podcasting. Keep a steady stride. And keep talking. And we'll see you Friday night. Good night, folks.